This is DHS Unplugged.
Good day, our viewers. I welcome you to another episode of DHS Unplugged podcast, where we bring to you happenings around the world of sport, especially football. I remain your host, DG, and I have in the studio with me Sean and Henry. Good to have you here, Sean. Good to have you here, Henry.
Thank you. It's good to be back again.
So before we get started, as we all know, there are actually a lot of interesting games over the last weekend, where there were a lot of surprises, upsets, and many more. So let's quickly take a quick recap of starting with the Premier League. Last weekend, we had Chelsea whitewash of West Ham by 5-1. Arsenal also, destroying Leeds United 5-0. Also, we have Tottenham Hotspur winning 2-0 at the Etihad Stadium against Manchester City. That's the very surprising result. Then also we saw a match day on Monday, Newcastle versus Liverpool. Liverpool also struggled before getting the 3 maximum points in the dying moment of the game. Goal from 16-year-old Rio that gave them the 3 maximum points. So Harry, now I want to ask you, because I remember last week when we are here, we are trying to we have different predictions regarding the game, and just like we all know, the game has ended and we saw all the the outcomes. Starting with the Chelsea West Ham, what is your take regarding the match?
Yeah, I think it was expected. West Ham has not been they lost 3-0 to Sunderland. They've not been a good side. I think in their last 15 games or so under Potter, they've had like maybe 3 wins or something. So I think it was coming. The only thing that we were not sure about was Chelsea had a scoreless first game, so we really didn't know what kind of team they would put out on that day. But once they came out and they played like they played at the Club World Cup, I mean, it was obvious there was only going to be one winner.
Sure. What's your take on the match between West Ham and Chelsea?
I mean, before the start of the game, I knew they were going to win. I just wasn't expecting 5-1. I wasn't expecting that. Maybe
Cooked.
Yeah, I think the absence of Kopama was a blessing in disguise, because they weren't depending on just him to dictate the game. So every one of them were just playing the free flow football. So I think it was a blessing. So I expected it to win, but not as much as 5-1.
I think if Palmer played, they would have even cooked more.
I don't think so.
Probably be more than 5.
Because I think he will always have called for the ball. He will want all the balls to go through him, and those ones will know, okay, fine, we are focusing on Popama. So I think him not playing actually helped Chelsea. That's my opinion. Yeah, we will never know.
Okay, so let's talk about Manchester City versus Tottenham Hotspur. At the Etihad Stadium, Tottenham winning 2-0. Sean, what can you say about the game?
To be honest, I wasn't expecting Tottenham to go to the Etihad to get a point, honestly. So when I watched the game and 2-0, I was like, what happened? So I don't know, maybe because of course, they scored the first goal in first half, 37 minutes. Then the second goal, an early goal happened from a mistake, back pass from Trafford. I think that actually kicked the momentum, killed everything they had in their game plan. And Guardiola also, I think he also gambled the selection, because he didn't use the same formation he used against Wolves. You see, he benched Bernardo Silva. He started Czechia this time around. I think there's also a problem with the selection for me. So it was a surprising game for me, and Tottenham actually played well.
Do you remember last week when we were in the studio while I was trying to make reference to what happened between exactly what really happened? So Henry, what's your take about the game?
I mean,
Tottenham to Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium 0.
I didn't see the result coming, but like I said last week, I said I wouldn't read too much into City's win against Wolves, because I think Wolves are not a good team at the moment. Tottenham also, they had a good game against Burnley, but also it's just a relegation team. So I didn't read too much into the games. And like I said last week, I said I want to see what form of City turns up against Spurs. And obviously, I don't think they've woken up from their slumber from last season based on what we saw on that day. They were outfought, they were outmuscled, they were outtaught, and they were tactically outclassed. I think Thomas Frank has done a brilliant job so far at Spurs. I think he has always had a fair fight against Guardiola, even while as the managers of Brentford. So I think I didn't see the result coming, but Thomas Frank being Thomas Frank against Guardiola, unfortunately, yeah, it is what it is.
Okay, let's talk about the match between Arsenal and Leeds United. Arsenal winning 5-0 at the Emirates Stadium. I remember last week you said something about Victor Gyökeres, getting on the score sheet, and just like we all saw, scoring 2 goals. One, the first goal from a very tight corner, going between 2 defenders before slotting home, and the second one a penalty. So, do you see this like the beginning of more goals to come for Victor Gyökeres, Henry?
I think it was good. However, he's not completely match fit, but it was good to get almost 90 minutes under the belt. I see him doing well this season, like I said, and it was good, to get the ground, to get the ground, running. That's why it was so important that he scored in that game. And I predicted that he was going to score in that game, and it didn't come as a surprise that he scored. But I want him to use that as a platform, to build on that and show us what he can do this season. So I think he should build on that.
Okay, sure. Before you react to Arsenal 5-0 over Leeds, I remember last week also, when we are trying to compare, especially the new signings, when we talk about Gyökeres, Ekitike, and many more. So, and just like we all know, Victor Gyökeres scored last week. Ekitike also get on the score sheet. So, do you think these guys can actually consolidate on these goals and keep scoring more goals for the remainder of the season?
Yeah, I think so. It really gets better from there. So they think they should put more effort, continue playing. I think they can consolidate on that more.
Okay. So Henry, let's talk about Manchester United. But But before I come to Shell, because now I'm going to start with Henry first. As we all know that Man U struggled away from home against Fulham, and they were only able to get just 1 point out of the 3 maximum points. What can you see about this present Manchester United team, Henry? And do you see them struggling more during the entire season?
Like lambs to the slaughter. I've said it before, and I've said it countless times. I think Amorim is just a stubborn coach. He believes in his philosophy, and it's currently not working. And the worst thing? The worst thing is that they can't get rid of him right now because they have modeled the team this season based on the way he plays. So if you get rid of Amorim right now, there's a big mess, because then you get a new manager in. He has to then buy his own set of players, and that takes a while. And whatever Amorim is doing right now is not working, and it doesn't have the skill sets to switch it up. So Man U they're stuck right now. They're in a fix, and I don't see them getting out anytime soon, except something changes drastically, which based off on what I've seen so far, I don't think that they are able to turn that around. Like, it would take a massive change in fortunes for Manchester United to get back to what they used to be.
Thank you, Henry. Seun, now over to you. Because I remember the last time you were so confident about Manchester United, and I think if I should quote you now, you said if they could replicate the form against Arsenal, that if they should continue to play like that you guys are actually going. It was a flash exactly. You guys are going. You have like a long place to go. But now, playing against Fulham with 1-1 result, what do you have to say about that?
I'm glad you said. I said if they could replicate the same thing they did against Arsenal. Unfortunately, they did not. We were outplayed in that game. So, I mean, I expected results. If we had converted all those chances we saw at the beginning of the game, probably the result might have been different. But unfortunately, we didn't. We saw a penalty Bruno kick to Saudi Arabia. So I don't know what happened. And honestly speaking, I used to be a fan of Amorim. As of today, right now, I've stopped being a fan. I think he's not ready.
What happened? Why did you change your loyalty? Because I think
he's very stubborn.
And many other Manchester United fans.
I think he's very stubborn and he's not ready, because he actually made a statement today or yesterday, like United are not ready to compete in Europe.
But he's saying the truth. It's just being honest.
What do you mean saying the truth? With the likes of players, he's just got to transfer windows.
He's the manager, and
he's not being honest. As a he's United for crying out loud. You can't be saying such a thing.
Let me tell you something. He's the manager. He knows the team better than anybody.
You don't come out to the
manager to come out. It's just being honest.
You can't come out to the press and say such a thing for as a United.
If you're the manager,
no, that's absurd.
No
that's
disrespect
very, very absurd.
Or Everton or any of the teams I'm going to mention. If you're the manager of those teams, you can come out and say, I don't think we're ready for Europe. But if you're the manager of Manchester United, arguably the biggest club in England, I don't think you have the. You don't have the guts to come out and say we're not ready for Europe.
The guy is just being sincere. He knows what he has.
This is Manchester. That's why I said
it doesn't matter whether it's Manchester United or not. He is the manager. I don't think he's ready to be a United coach.
This
is what I'm trying to say.
Don't come out to the press to say something.
He knows what is happening on and off the pitch. He knows this guy. He knew everything that we don't even know. So for him to come out, that must definitely be the reason why he came out to say they are not ready for Europe.
Based on last season start, the best 3-10s in the league are Bruno Fernandes, Matheus Cunha, Brian Bremo. They are currently in Manchester United. So what are you telling me? You got there to buy them, you bought them. So what are you telling me?
Someone spending
so you can't come out to the press and tell me we are not ready to compete in Europe. That's what you
make a statement.
That's rubbish.
I
don't think he's ready.
I don't think you should come out and say
that's my
personal opinion.
I don't even want to believe that maybe he's playing a mind game. Come on, you don't do such a thing. That's very stupid, honestly. I think United board should call him in, giving an ultimatum of 5 games. If nothing changes, he should be sacked.
I think 5 games.
So now, Sean, you want Amorim to go?
Honestly, now I want him gone. If nothing changes within 5 games, I want him gone.
Wow. That's very surprising. Okay. Before we keep dragging issues, let's talk about Newcastle versus Liverpool. Exactly, the game of the week. We also, the drama from both sides. As a matter of fact, I was actually, surprised that Newcastle could actually play the way they played, despite having a man sent off, but they were so determined and they kept fighting to the end. Unfortunately, I think they actually deserve a point from the game, but unfortunately, football sometimes is not very fair. So now, Henry, what can you say about the game?
It was exactly everything I said last week. St. James Park coming alive. Monday Night Football. You love it. It was everything, end-to-end action, great saves from the goalkeepers, and then just right at the death, the young man Rio stepped up at the 94th minute. 16-year-old.
It will be 70 by weekend. That's for
what a finish. But Newcastle, like I said, without Isak, they struggled a bit. But they rallied round, even being one man down, came back from 2 goals behind against Liverpool, a good side, the defending champions with Van Dijk and Konate. I think Konate has been looking suspect recently. I don't know. I heard today that Liverpool are going all out down for McGahey. I don't know how true that news is, but I think that would be a good addition for them. I think they are really, really light in numbers in defense. So adding Gehi there would be probably a really good addition for them. But overall, the game was exciting to watch as a neutral. You love watching a game with so many goals.
Yeah. So Sean, what's your reaction to the match between Newcastle?
I think my addition to it is that for Liverpool's matches so far this season, the 2 matches against Bournemouth and this game, I don't think Liverpool is ready. Honestly speaking, I don't think they're ready. If they do not change
But
something,
they're readier than United.
of course. I mean, they won the league last season.
Wait. I don't know. What do you mean by they are not ready?
They are not ready. I mean,
They've gotten the maximum 6 points from 2 games.
Yeah,
What do you mean by they are not ready? The
both
question
matches
is
they
Manchester
struggled.
United ready?
Can you imagine they were leading 2-0 with a team that has one man down, and they were still being outplayed by Newcastle? I don't think they're ready.
St. James
Florian
Park.
Wirtz keeps getting lost in the middle of the park. It keeps getting lost. So I don't think they're ready.
St.
And they're
James
playing
Park.
us now. The next game.
Not many teams are going to go to St. James Park
With 2-0 down after red card. With 2-0 down after red card.
They got 3
Come on.
points. It doesn't
They might
matter
have
how.
drawn the game if not for the last
Yeah,
minute.
but they didn't draw it. They won it.
Yeah, of course
It's the
they
same
won.
way.
Can you imagine a Newcastle with one man down, still going all out, going out to beat Liverpool? If they had probably sat down.
So they are playing.
No, they were playing 2-2. They were playing 2-2.
just
It was already 2-2. They could have actually sat down, maintained the 2-2.
Imagine
they went out like we want to beat this Liverpool.
Imagine if they are actually satisfied with a point, maybe they would have eventually got.
It was a mistake of the
But
coach.
because they wanted to.
Because they saw that this Liverpool are actually not playing. That's why they could go all out like, oh, this Liverpool, come and see what they are playing. We could actually still beat these people with.
I think you have to give credit to Arne Slot. He makes the right substitutions at the right time. For the first game, he brought in Chiesa. He scored. He brought in this Rio guy.
He came in again. So yeah,
he came in and he scored.
I mean, that's the genius of
You
a
can
coach,
also
not
look at it
Amorim.
as mentality of champions. When they're not playing well, they're digging it. They're digging deep, and they're getting the results.
Yeah, I mean, it works out this time. It might not work the next time. What if the Newcastle were not?
Unfortunately, it worked out the whole of last season. That's what everyone said.
Until when it stopped working, then we can talk about.
We will be here.
Until then,
We will be here.
So now let's talk about the upcoming fixtures in the Premier League. This coming weekend we have Chelsea versus Fulham, the same Fulham that that
United couldn't beat.
exactly. So then also we have Manchester United, Burnley versus Burnley, then Tottenham against Bournemouth, and many more. But let's just focus on like the major leagues of the upcoming weekend. I think the star game of the week is Liverpool versus Arsenal. So, but before we talk about Liverpool versus Arsenal, I would like to take your prediction, Sheon and Henry, for the match between Chelsea and Fulham.
just the scoreline.
Yes.
Chelsea wins. I would say 3-1.
Sheon, what's your prediction?
They win 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm starting with you now, Sheon. Manchester United against Burnley. What's your prediction?
Prediction. 2-1. United win 2-1. It's Old Trafford.
You are not even confident. You are so. Are you sure Manchester United is going to win 2-1?
If United actually don't lose this game, I won't be surprised. Honestly speaking, but I feel like
So you're still going with the 2-1,
it's
right?
Old Trafford. Yeah, we win 2-1.
Right?
Yeah.
Henry, what's your prediction?
I expect a reaction from United, especially after the debacle against Grimsby Town. I think they win. They run out winners of this comfortably, 3-0.
Wow. Okay, now.
Sorry, quick question. So imagine United losing this game. Would you call for the sack of Amorim?
No.
Well, I think
Really?
it's too early.
I think it's too early.
38.
The earlier the better.
It will just be 3 out of 38.
The earlier the better. You have to start amassing
You
points.
cannot.
You have to start amassing the point right now. The earlier the better.
I think you cannot judge a coach.
Come on, man. Right now, yes, last season
Sacking
we
Amorim
finished
after
what?
the third game,
15.
we don't
Match
do
day
anything
2, we are
with
currently in
something.
16th position. Come on.
Actually, Amorim has 28 points in 29 games.
Imagine.
Yeah, that's
very
very
bad.
surprising, yes.
That's very, very bad, honestly.
Sheon, I think I know you to always, keep in the faith with this Amorim.
Lost
Amorim.
faith.
So what has changed? Tell me, what exactly has changed?
I've lost faith. I mean, after the game
Why?
against Arsenal, I was very optimistic. I was like, no, come on. But I mean, still the game against Fulham, nothing changed. Against Grimsby, come on. Which league are they even playing? Maybe third division to United. They just sent us out from the Carabao Cup. Come on. I've lost faith in this man, honestly.
Okay.
I mean, he would probably argue that maybe he needs somebody in the midfield because of this tactics he plays. He needs somebody to pair Bruno Fernandes in the midfield. But I don't think that's an excuse. Even with the quality, the likes of players you have in your team, you should still be able to draw something out to win games.
Okay.
You are as good as your last result. I mean, his last result, come on, he's not speaking well right now. So I think, 5 games and he should be sacked, honestly.
So sorry, Joe. I can feel your
I'm
pain.
pained. I won't even lie.
I think I can feel your pain.
I'm
yeah?
pained,
I think
honestly.
I can actually feel your pain. So hopefully the situation is going to be very different next week, but fingers crossed there. So let's take the prediction between Tottenham and Bournemouth. Henry, what's your take?
He hasn't given his prediction. United.
I said 3-0.
3-0. United wins. Oh, yeah. Thank you for believing in us.
No, I think
Because United keeping clean sheet. Well, nothing is possible.
no, I don't think Burnley are gonna pose much of a threat in that game. I think Old Trafford, first game of the season for Burnley at Old Trafford in a very, very, very long time. I think that they don't stand a chance.
I don't see them winning also. But,
Yeah, I see them being overwhelmed by you.
United be United. I just hope, yeah.
Nah, I think that Burnley are not going to pose much of a threat.
Okay, let me take your prediction for Brighton versus Manchester City. Sean, what's your prediction?
Brighton, Manchester City.
Yes.
I watched the game of Brighton. Was it against Brentford last? Everton.
You said they were going to.
I was expecting them to win. So I was very shocked with them.
I remember I was talking about Grealish.
With how they played, they even had the penalty and Welbeck literally passed the ball to the goalkeeper. So with what they played, I think Man City will want to bounce back from their defeat last weekend. So I see Man City winning this game 3-1.
3-1. Henry, what's your prediction for the game?
It's gonna be a tough one, but I would say 2-1 Man City.
Okay, now let's go to the star match of the week. Liverpool versus Arsenal. Liverpool against Arsenal. I'm going to start from you, Sean. Who do you think is going to, emerge the winner between both sides?
It's going to be a tough one, actually. With Saka being out, 3-4 weeks injury. I mean, now they have the squad depth, but it's Anfield. So I think Liverpool should win or draw, but I will go for Liverpool.
Arsenal hasn't lost
in Anfield
in almost 2 or 3 years.
I think Liverpool wins that one. 2-1. 2-1. Yeah.
Okay. Henry, over to you. What's your prediction? Liverpool versus Arsenal.
It's gonna be a cracker, but I don't know. I feel like it's a 1-1 draw. Yeah, Anfield, they have almost the same passion as the Newcastle fans when they play at home. But I know Arsenal has proven to be a difficult team, especially for the big sides away in the last couple of seasons. So, but I think if a draw might be a realistic outcome. But I see Liverpool. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Henry.
What is your prediction for the game?
Okay.
As an Arsenal fan.
Yes. Why?
Let's put it out there.
To be honest, going by the 2 matches played by the both teams so far, I think Arsenal is going to win 2-1. Yes.
I like your faith.
Yes. Arsenal winning 2-1. Write it down. We are going to say by the end of the week.
That result sounds. Do you remember the last time Arsenal won at Anfield?
It doesn't matter.
I think that was 2012. Where Podolski and I think Giroud.
I'm actually speaking about based on the current form of Arsenal and the way they've been playing.
I would have gone for Arsenal, but with Saka being out of the team.
Now, remember now we have this. So
it is in.
Exactly.
So, to be honest, I forgot it is.
So I think
maybe my start again.
And also considering the fact that Arsenal now they are very dangerous, especially set pieces. We have a lot of advantage.
Liverpool is not Man United.
No, I understand.
And they have to
they got Van Dijk.
They have Van Dijk.
Van Dijk is no longer Van Dijk that we used to know.
But this is area duel. This is area duel. Anything is possible.
Arsenal winning 2-1 against Liverpool.
Okay.
That's my prediction. So now let's go into the Spanish
So you said 1-1 draw, 2-1 for Arsenal. I said draw. Liverpool win. It's good. Different opinions.
So let's keep our fingers crossed. Then we see what's going to happen.